So on the 7th of January 2019, I received a letter signed by over 300 theatre practitioners, and this letter raised the concerns of the practitioners about the direction taken by the Abbey Theatre over the past 2 years. And I would like to put on record the huge respect that I have for the theatre practitioners who wrote to me, and indeed celebrate the extent and depth of the talent encompassed by the totality of the signatories. And while the correspondence from the theatre practitioners raises concerns about the changing artistic model at the Abbey Theatre, I understand that more positive outcomes arising from these changes have also been recognised. And I acknowledge the concerns raised by the practitioners, while at the same time recognising the Abbey Theatre's need for artistic freedom to strike a balance in terms of its programming. I also recognise the necessity for a strong working relationship between theatres and theatre practitioners, and this is vital for the continued success of theatre in this country. The Abbey Theatre and all theatre practitioners are a central part of the national culture, and I take the concerns of the practitioners very seriously. And I've been informed that the Abbey Theatre had already been aware of some of the concerns raised from the practitioners, and they are actively working with stakeholder companies to address them. And I'm pleased to report that the Abbey Theatre is already making arrangements to meet with representatives of the signatories to discuss their concerns. And in the meantime, as I said yesterday here at Leaders' Questions, I've written to both the theatre practitioners and the Abbey Theatre on the issues raised last week. I also note the Abbey's statement, which made clear that it pays actors that it employs on terms and conditions that have been agreed with the Irish Equity, the Actors Union. And in presentation or in association arrangements, the Abbey Theatre does not set the rate of pay, which has been the prerogative of the producing companies. The Abbey Theatre has stated that this is to be reviewed as part of the dialogue with the theatre practitioners. And on Friday, the Abbey issued a press release acknowledging the discussion in the media and stating that it is listening attentively and with respect to all viewpoints. And the statement went on to say that it is acutely aware of the precarious nature of those working in theatre as freelancers. And I'm confident that given these sentiments and the commitment by all parties to dialogue and engagement, that we can look forward to a mutually satisfactory outcome that will deliver the vision for a national theatre at the heart of Irish society that is indeed artist-led and audience-focused. And the Arts Council has informed me that it had been engaging with the Abbey Theatre in recent months in relation to the quality of employment opportunities and remuneration rates that it provides for Irish-based artists. And this is the role of the Arts Council as the main funder of the Abbey Theatre and indeed other state-supported theatres and organisations. And I'm reassured by the fact that the Arts Council were already aware of the issues and taken action on this issue with the Abbey. And as with all Arts Council funding, support to that particular theatre in 2019 will be based on a funding agreement. And as we know, and has been documented in the media, 300,000 has been withheld pending confirmation that these conditions have been met. The Abbey Theatre recently launched its 5-year strategy, which sets out the key priorities of its vision between 2019 and 2023. And it reflects the core responsibilities in relation to Irish theatre making, audiences, staff, funders and the community of stakeholders. And the strategy has ultimately 3 interconnected strands. The first is art and audience, the second is internationalisation and investment, and the third is people and processes. And under each strand, the Abbey Theatre identifies and outlines their goals for this 5-year period. And these include a consistent focus on new work, providing space and time to support artistic exploration and experimentation, alongside the theatre's relationship with established Irish playwrights and artists, as well as a pledge to ensure that quality, and specifically gender equality and diversity, remain at the heart of the Abbey Theatre's plans and all of its activities. And this government understands the importance of culture and is committed to supporting it. And the Taoiseach, as we know, has committed to doubling funding levels for culture, heritage and the Gaeltacht by 2025. And the announcement of €1.2 billion in capital funding for these areas last year in Project Ireland 2040, and the significant increase for current funding for the arts in Budget 2009, I believe, are proof of this. And I was pleased to be able to deliver additional supports to this sector in line with these government commitments. In Budget 2019, funding for the arts and culture sector in general was increased by 22.6 million to almost 190 million, which is an increase of 14% on 2018. And this funding comprises of 148.2 million in current expenditure and 41.7 million in capital investment. And this includes an increase to the Arts Council funding by almost 6.8 million, or 10%, to a total of 75 million, which is made up of 6 million current expenditure, which is more than double the increase in 2018. And the vast majority of this money goes directly to artists and those working in the arts in Ireland. In 2017, the Government launched a pilot initiative which allowing visual artists and writers to apply for job seekers benefit if and when they become unemployed. And my department is currently reviewing the pilot scheme with officials of the Department of Employment Affairs and Social Protection, with the possibility of extending it to other artists, including actors. And these initiatives, Lascian Corla, as well as the increased funding for the arts and cultural sector, and in addition to the almost 1.2 billion in capital funding, clearly shows that the Government is acting on our commitment to double funding by 2025. And I've asked the Abbey Theatre as well to give me an update and to keep me informed of progress.
Thank you, Minister.